I don't need to make this video. I'm sure everybody saw this and went, yeah, we all knew this was going to happen. Ratings crash for NBA and Major League Baseball after protest-filled debuts. Now, hold on. It may be that the real reason nobody is watching these sports is because there's no audience, kind of boring or whatever. Maybe. It could be that people are just in a weird COVID space. The pandemic has shattered their minds and sports just won't help. I disagree. I think people wanted their sports back. People desperately need an escape to all the nonsense. And more importantly than that, golf is doing just fine. And so you tell me. But I've got other news. You see, there's more evidence to suggest that getting woke will in fact make you go broke. And I bring you over to Jonathan Isaac's jersey sales, which is second only to LeBron James. And the reason for this? He stood for the national anthem and did not wear a Black Lives Matter sweater. I'm impressed. Rad dude. Awesome. His jerseys are selling like hotcakes. But I got some bad news for Mr. Isaac. He suffered an ACL injury. It's a serious knee injury. You can actually see in the image he's wearing a knee brace. Man, this breaks my heart. I hate to hear it. I feel bad for anybody, man. I've been skateboarding my whole life. I know exactly what an ACL injury means. This dude may be out. We'll see how. It's really hard to recover from an ACL injury. So I feel bad for this dude, especially after he stood for the national anthem and did something brave, standing up and with all these people around him saying no. And I'll tell you what else. In the video where he tries to go for a jump shot or so, I think it's like a dunk or something. I don't watch basketball. I don't know a lot about it. He goes to jump. You can see his knee give out and he falls down. His teammates who are wearing the Black Lives Matter sweaters, they rush over to him. They're saying like, no, and they're shaking their heads. Why? Because you don't have to be a part of any of these ideologies to support them or oppose them. You can be friends whether or not you stand or kneel. That warms my heart. But you know what? I just want to make sure I get to that point and say I wish Mr. Isaac a speedy recovery, man. I'm tremendously impressed at his courage and standing up for what he believes in. And this is incredible. I'm glad to see his jersey sales are selling. I hope he gets through this. I hope he recovers. I hope he gets back in the game. He seems like a really good dude. But let's talk about the NBA altogether. Ratings crash, according to Breitbart. They say, as the NBA and Major League Baseball return from their coronavirus-imposed hiatus, it appears TV viewers are not interested in what the increasingly woke leagues have to offer. With both baseball and basketball draped in all sorts of Black Lives Matter and social justice symbolism for their opening games, a substantially smaller number of fans tuned in to the rest of the week's games. I just want to point out, I said like a year or two ago, just wait until they come for major league sports with their wokeness, and then you will see a real get woke go broke. According to Outkick.com, neither league did well. As for the opening games, Outkick reported that the return of the NBA on TNT saw the following numbers. Lakers, Clippers, 3.4 million. Pelicans, Jazz, 2.1 million. ESPN's MLB return numbers were also underwhelming. Yankees, Nationals, 4 million. Dodgers, Giants, 2.8 million. Outkick's Ryan Glass-Steagall added more ratings numbers to Twitter. He says, to be fair, since I compared MLB versus NBA returns night 1, here is night 2. Showing, I guess he's saying it's down 922,000, down 1 million, down 797. NBA last night, or is he just saying those are the ratings? I'm not entirely sure if that's a minus or a dash because I used a colon for the last one. The Athletic's Eric Strauss also noted the numbers continued to fall off for Major League Baseball. So I think they're saying that they're seeing a ratings drop off. So Ethan Strauss says, Major League Baseball really fell off after opening day. In general, both leagues aren't getting the audience one might expect from a nation that's been deprived of entertainment for months. Let me tell you, considering there's no movies, okay, you can't go to the movie theater, you can't go to the mall, there's not a whole lot to do, the numbers should be way up. Let me tell you something. Numbers on podcasts and digital content are skyrocketing. My numbers have been going up decently well. I'm not entirely sure if it has anything to do with COVID or anything like that. Maybe. When the initial pandemic started, my numbers actually slumped a little bit, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's that people are more into politics right now because they need to know what's going on and they don't have time for entertainment. But I'll tell you this, content, views, sports should be way up. And they're not. They're actually down, which suggests they're doing worse than we realize. For good measure, Strauss also pointed out that baseball can't blame the coronavirus. The virus didn't stop people from watching Tom Brady golf with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson back in May. He says, you could chalk sagging interest up to pandemic conditions, but 5.8 million tuned in to watch Tom Brady hit golf shots into the woods. Indeed, the charity golf match earned record TV ratings in May. Dubbed the Match 2, the game featured Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson, Peyton Manning, and Tiger Woods, peaked at an amazing 6.3 million viewers and raised more than $20 million for charity. Now, it could be you get all these famous, celebrity athletes or whatever, and they play a game and a lot of people tune in. I think it is fair to say, I personally believe, if we're going to see Jonathan Isaac sell record amounts of jerseys, or not record, but massive amounts of jerseys, rivaling only LeBron James. Look at this. Top Ball coverage says Jonathan Isaac's jersey sales have skyrocketed after he stood for the national anthem. He is now number 2 in jersey sales among players, only behind LeBron James. Bravo. That says to me, the people who want the jerseys, the people who like the sports, don't like the weird, creepy politics. Get woke, go broke. And in this case, avoid woke, attract money, get not woke and get rich, whatever. No woke, get rich. Sure. No woke, no broke. How about that one? Now, that doesn't really exemplify it because the dude's actually making a ton of money. It's not just that he's not broke. He's raking it in. And bravo. You know what this says to me? Nobody launched a campaign as far as maybe they did, but I didn't see it. I did not see any campaign where they were like, everybody go out and buy, a boycott. Everybody buy from Jonathan Isaac, buy his jerseys. No, people just did it. And what about Goya? Remember that Magoya 2020, MAGA and Goya combined, Magoya? When the CEO of Goya, which is a Hispanic food brand, came out and said that he liked Trump, then all of a sudden, Goya products started to fly off the shelves. They started making a ton of money, and there was supposedly a boycott. The boycott didn't actually do anything. They sold great products. Now we can see that when you stand up for this country, and you stand with Americans, you actually stand to profit. But is this surprising to everybody? I always want to point out when I do these, okay? To be fair, get woke, go broke is not some kind of law in the sense that it always happens. It's just a saying for when people do it. It's entirely possible that the ratings drop-off has nothing to do with getting woke, but personally, I don't think so. I think based on the jersey sales, I think based on the fact that people are bored and looking for an outlet, nah, man. People are tired of this. They're absolutely tired of this. Let me break it down for you, man, because I've experienced this. When the wokeness started infecting industries, we first saw Gamergate, right? And they were complaining about weird woke nonsense in their games, and they got called all the worst names in the book because of it. It was isolated to the games industry, and now there is a trope about gamers being bigots, when in reality they were just like, I just want to fight a dragon, bro. I want to play a game where I pull out a sword and fight a dragon. Why does the dragon got to be preaching to me about weird political stuff? Because it was a way for them to inject politics. It was actually a way for the media to make money. These news outlets needed something to write about, and rage bait worked. They found their cause. Well, I used to play a game called Magic the Gathering, a very popular card game, slowly started getting woke, recently banned a bunch of art. They banned art. Why? Well, the art could possibly be racist. Yeah, okay. I'm not interested anymore. I'm tired of it. And now I can imagine many people who watch NBA, who watch basketball, who watch baseball feel similarly. I do not want to watch sports to watch politics. I want to watch someone play a game. I want to be impressed by feats of athleticism. I want to be impressed by strategic moves in a strategy game. I don't want to sit down, turn the TV on, and have them say, hey, by the way, did you know that this, socialism and taxes and Black Lives Matter? And it's like, no. That's the stuff I see all the time. That's why I lost my job. That's why the rioters are running around. I'm trying to escape all of that right now, not deal with more of it, and you plastered it on the floor of the NBA. So look, they still get millions of views, but So do people on YouTube who like melt blocks of ice with molten metals and stuff. So do people who crush candles under a hydraulic press. So if their ratings are dropping and people are going elsewhere for content, they're losing what made them wealthy. Recently, we had the WNBA actually walk out for the national anthem. Now that is beyond absurd. So I'll tell you what. Get woke, go woke, get woke, get broke. Go broke, whatever, man. I'm so tired of it. They're going to keep doing it because they won't learn their lesson. Maybe this, I don't know, whatever, man. I'm not going to watch it. Maybe you guys will watch it, whatever. But to be fair, I didn't watch it in the first place. I would watch it passively with friends when we were like hanging out because it was fun to have on in the background. And maybe that's a good reason why the ratings have gone down. We'll see. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in just a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.